All right, guys, we're back. We're back, and we're doing an old nasty here. So this is a mini number 4 omelet with ham. We've done this years ago, and a lot of people call this vomit in the pouch, the brain. Let me see here, the sponge. This is not the vomit. The vomit is the vegetable omelet. But this one, let there be no mistake, old brown bag, dark brown bag, meal ready to eat individual. Like I said, mini number 4. This is accessory pack B, Right Away Foods Corporation, McAllen, Texas. And look at that beauty. Pre-date codes. When we open up, we'll tell what the date is on it. But let's get her open. A little bit yellow looking in here. Not sure why the camera's doing that. You guys were making fun of my knife last time. So I actually get my chef's knife out. We'll use that, right? Want a real knife? That's a real knife. A real Damascus, Japanese-ish steel. I'll find the link I'll put in the description. Use this thing for cooking all the time. And this one is definitely a finger getter, so be very, very careful of it. Oh, I can smell that it has cheese spread in it. I just smelled the inside the bag and I could tell it's in there, right? What's going on here? Cocoa beverage powder. Do we have a date? No, we got a black line on it. Let's see. Beverage base powder. We have 0068. So the 68th day of not 2000. What is this, 1990, huh? 1990, I'm pretty sure that would be. Old and dirty. Is this the best that 1990 had to offer in MREs? Have a little pack of crackers. Is there a date on this? This one is so reflective. There's a serial number, but not an actual date code on that. Is our old accessory packet. I don't know why it's so yellow looking here today. Here it looks like on the camera. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I can smell you coming. All right. It's hard and nasty. Thermopack ink. Stone Mountain, Georgia. This baby is way overdue. I can tell you that right now. Oh yeah. When you can smell it through the package, that's how you know. There's a date code stamped in. Serial number. This older stuff, not much date code stuff at all. Not much at all. MRE spoon. Omelet with ham. There it is. It's got sugar stamped on it. If you're worried about sugar eating the omelet, have a pouch. That's probably the last of your worries, to be honest with you. Probably the last of them. Open her up once here and see. An oldie but a goodie. I think these actually sell for probably a bit of money on eBay these days. A lot of this old stuff is getting pretty rare. And look how thin that is. Look how thin that is. That's 3/8 of an inch thick at best. Nasty, huh? And then, throw some potatoes all rotten in there. Let's crank this open and see. Some cheesy potatoes that smell like vomit, I think is what this was last time. Same way. Oh, stink coming off something in here. There again, a very small pouch, very thin pouch. If you've never seen one of these old ones, I'm sure you have by now. A couple years ago, there was a huge boom of everybody doing MRE videos, and that kind of sold out a lot of this rare stuff, this older stuff. And the market went through the roof on it. When people bought this stuff up, it got really hard to get a lot of this stuff. And now a lot of people stopped doing videos. A lot of this stuff is just not around anymore. We have a oatmeal cookie bar. It's very hard to read. You can see it right there. And our accessory pack, which is right here. Man, the stink coming off that package of cheese in here is brutal. So on the outside it says what's in it: coffee instant, cream substitute, sugar, salt, chewing gum, matches, toilet tissue, hot sauce, and hand cleaner. All right, okay. All right, let's go and crank her open and see what's inside. None of these pouches are ripped or damaged in any way. Old school accessory pack. The old school accessory pack. Wet nap, I would venture to say this is not wet anymore. Actually, is a little bit. Actually, is a little bit. Pretty interesting. That smells like some straight up rubbing alcohol. Which probably basically is what it was. See a little bit out of focus. There we go. Whew. Like some old rubbing alcohol, right? Domino sugar. Oh, some old Taster's Choice, boys. Taster's Choice. Brown bag Taster's Choice. Is it moldy? Probably. Not guaranteed. It feels completely loose. We'll have to check that here in a second. Some gum, which is fabled to have the laxative in it. Iodized salt. Matches. Old green pack matches. And you can see here, I'm going to read that. The matches are designed especially for damp climates. They will not light wet, when wet, or after long exposure. So how are we doing here? Are we going to light? Yes, sir. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Next up is our Tabasco. She's looking pretty dark in there. It's kind of like, I don't know, like barbecue sauce. All right. Some TP, before it all goes wrong. We have some non-dairy creamer. There we go. And so let's get our tray. Let's start off with opening this Taster's Choice and see what's going on in that packet. Okay, so got our tray out, everything stacked up on it. Let's see a little bit of that action. Oh, a little bit of that action. And let's see what's in the Taster's Choice. Let me give her a little flick down at the bottom here. And let's just see. Oh, it looks fine. If you can see, let me grab a cup. All right, so we got some water warmed up. I'm gonna go ahead and try the Taster's Choice. Let's dump it out first and just look at it. Do a little inspection. There is no mold at all in it. It actually looks perfect. I mean, it smells like coffee, all right? Smells like coffee. Let's go ahead and mix it up and see. That's probably about enough. Wasn't a very big pack. And we'll give it a little stir here with our spoon. That's gonna need just a minute to set because the freeze-dried coffee is pretty good sized chunks. You can see them still floating around in there. So we'll give that just a few minutes before we try that. We'll set that off to the side. Something like that maybe. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And that's not gonna work. There we go. So, I have some bowls over here for our mains. We're going to discard that. Next up, let's do the rest of our drinks. We have a cocoa beverage powder, which feels pretty much perfect on this. I'm going to steer you guys out just a little bit. And we're going to put this guy in there like that. Dump this out and we'll take a look at it for you guys. So I don't see anything at all wrong with it. By first glance, there's a lot of sugar in it, I can tell you that much. Take a smell of it. It doesn't smell bad. Like usually this cocoa gets like a sour milk taste to it or smell to it. This has none of that at all. So Let's just mix up real carefully. Not too much. And Nathan did not mute his computer, so it's going off. I have to apologize for that. It's a lot of powder going on in there. A lot of powder. So we're gonna give this a few minutes, let that mix up really good. You can see it's still got some chunks in it. But next up, we're gonna do maybe this beverage base powder. Really just gonna take a look at it first. And there it is, all its glory. And we're just looking to see on here, orange. Okay, it's stamped right there on the very side. I was looking for what flavor it was. The orange. So the orange on this beverage base powder, when it starts getting funky and moldy, got like a whiskey kind of smell to it. Let's take a look and see here. It's actually a pretty good MRE. Because it has no resemblance of any kind of mold or anything in it. Kind of look as we're pouring here. It looks good. It really does. Looks like it has no issue at all. Before we go any further here, let's mix up our cocoa. Let's take a little drink out of this real quick. It smells pretty good. It smells like MRE cocoa, but not in a bad way. It's heavily mixing this to get a little... I mean, this is actually a pretty good MRE. Usually all this stuff's bad in them. Some cocoa from 1990. From early 1990. All right. And we're going to go and mix up our orange drink here really good. Let me come back to that here just 1 second because that needs a little more time to cook. A little more time to cook, I do believe. Keep messing with this camera. There we go. So next up, should we just get it out of the way first? I mean, this is what we're all looking at here is this nasty stuff, right? And the tear mark, there's like cheese up here in the tear mark. The issue is, I think this is morphed into something that's no longer cheese. So let's cut this package down long ways because it's so hard I could barely even mix it up. I already see the color does not look correct. It is very dry and very nasty. Oh, if you ate that, that would be, it smells like feet. It smells like somebody had not washed their feet in like 6 years. And then you went about your business and that's what you end up with, right? Okay. So, it's a little tough for sure. Okay, where were we here? UPS showed up and had to do all that. We're back. Oh, I remember now. I remember now where we're at. So, let's go ahead and do the all rotten potatoes here. And we'll save the nastiest for last, right? The nastiest for last. Straighten this up a little bit. And we had these a few times. I think we actually had a good one of these. Yeah, see, it looks like somebody's already eaten this. All right. It smells good. I had a few of these before that were pretty rancid. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just took out my kitchen trash, but I think I might have to take this one out too, all right? Maybe just be the way it's gonna have to be. It looks like somebody's already eaten that or somebody's dog's already deposited that in your yard. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? So, reach over here. We're gonna stir this one more time. We'll prep up all of our drinks before we venture into this. We've got a little coffee on our spoon, and maybe that'll help it a little bit, right? I don't know if that's safe to eat or not. It's like curdled. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I can tell you one thing right now. It's not good. It's very, the cheese in it is like burning my senses, right? Yeah, it tastes like vomit. It tastes like vomit. Drink smells good. It's kind of hard to swallow the all rotten potatoes. It was okay. It sucked all the moisture out of my mouth like in 2 seconds. It's like hard to swallow that. Hard to swallow it. Made another shot of this. That's tough. That's tough. Not as rough as what we're about to unveil, though. Like I said, commonly called the brain. This, ew. The sponge. Barf in a bag. What we're gonna be looking for here is something gonna pour out of this bag that's gonna look like a maybe. It's gonna look like something you clean the grout off your floor with, sponge wise. But it may have, oh yeah. Oh yeah, she is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Eat me, Nathan. Oh. No. It doesn't smell real. It's, how can I put this? It's like you're getting ready to paint the interior of your house, and you open up that interior house paint, and you smell it. That's how that smells. The brain, the sponge. This is 1990 MRE in all of its glory, right? Ooh. We'll be real careful here because there's actually, see that little solidified stuff on there? Is that mold? Well, you guys are, how come you don't eat the whole thing? Well, I'd be dead, so, you know, that's why we don't eat the whole thing. Ooh. It tastes of ham in it. I mean, oh, well, no, okay, no. No, that's just like straight vomit. It tastes like vomit. These two is kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing. Oh, boy. Anyhow. Can we get these out of here without breaking them? Usually what we do on these old packages, we'll just go all the way down both sides. Because if you only open one side out and you try to get them out, it breaks all the crackers, right? And if we're doing it right, we should be able to fish these out of here just like this, right? Just like that. There we go. Peel them out like a deck of cards. These are basically not unsalted and smell very, very rancid. The oils in these are just super, super rancid. You see the back looks just the same as the front. Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes these crackers are good, but usually the downfall is any kind of oil they use in them. With any MRE stuff, the oils go rancid in them. And it's just very, very, I mean, these won't hurt you. Ew. Yep. Nasty. Real nasty. There's no amount of Tabasco is going to help any of this at all. Like, guys, I put Tabasco and it makes it better. Nope, that doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better. So this is our oatmeal cookie bar. This should be good. Judging by the rest of the ration here, let's see. We've had some of these that were perfect over the years, and some of them kind of had some rancidity to them. There we go. Actually, it's pretty decent. This one's held up really, really nice. You know, we're getting to the point. Getting to the point to where these are getting old enough that most of the stuff that was good when I first started doing rations is no longer good in some of these meals. Just the time is not your friend when it comes to food and storing food. And coffee. My girlfriend's gonna be so happy to see me drinking coffee on here. Let's take a sip of it. I'm not a coffee guy, by the way. It's very, very bitter and harsh. We didn't put a lot of water in it. But it does take the nastiness of this out of your mouth. Not too bad, not too bad. But yeah. So is this the pinnacle of MREs for 1990? And a lot of you guys have been in the military in 1990, so comment below. Was this MRE you're going after in 1990? Was this what 1990 had to offer? Was this the top offering for MREs? A lot of you guys told me in the past this was. A lot of you guys said, hell no, it's not. I would never eat that. It's the worst one. Let me know what you guys think below. We're happy to be doing videos again. And we plan on keep doing them. So maybe once a week for right now. You guys let me know what you want to see. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.